Why, hello. Sit down. I'm going to give you a reading, and it's going to be very accurate. I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh, Queen of Diamonds, 26674. It's telling me you have a job. You want a better job. There's a man. I'm getting a man. He's tall, brown hair. He has a job. He has a job too. Oh, he's heartbroken by you. He loved you. He loved you so much. He wants me to tell you how much he misses you. Oh, 8 of Diamonds. I'm also getting that he might give you a text tonight. He might text you before midnight. Okay? And even if you're blocked, just chant with me. Diamonds, Ace of Diamonds, Queen of Hearts. Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Diamonds. He's blocked you, but he's going to text you. I can smell it. I can smell it. It's in the air. Another thing I'm getting. You live in a house, and you may or may not have a dog. I know everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is going to be very true. At times, scary true. Okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. Now you're gonna at least need like 2 readings a week. You know what I mean? Just so I can really follow you and guide you through your future. Follow me on my socials. Tarot Queen 9948971X XO935 __. But I do have to warn you, whatever it is that you ask, be careful what you wish for. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, yo, what's up?
Chris Wu is an absolute sicko and weirdo. However, this video is not about Chris Wu. But speaking of weirdos and sickos, there are a lot out there and they are everywhere in every field. So be careful. Witchcraft, auric field, subliminals, energy waves, manifestations, spirituality. This is making society's brains rot. This is making women go crazy. It's just scary. So we're going to get into it today. Prepare to let go of everything you think you know about the world and you think you know about how things really work, because things
get deep around here.
So now let's take a look at some clips of some witchcraft things, some people that promote witchcraft, some people that's gotten out of witchcraft, that's shared their personal experience. Whatever it is, this episode will be everything related to manifestation and witchcraft, which I do not support. Let's make that very clear. So enjoy the rest of the video. Let's take a look at some clips. This video is called The Truth About Yoga That Most Christians Refuse to Acknowledge. I just want to say a big thank you to one of my subs that suggested this video to me. I saw this like kind of float in my suggested column on YouTube, but I never really clicked it. But I'm so glad she suggested this to me. This gave me more depth into how dangerous it actually is. This video put it into words of how I want to express my thoughts on it. So I'm so happy. It's time to get to know the truth.
The medium knew things that she just really had no business knowing. It was astounding at the time. I was hooked. I was just 100% all in from that point forward, and it just was a domino effect from there. So the medium had cards, angel cards, oracle cards as she called them, and I bought that same deck. I went on and bought that same deck by Doreen Virtue, who about 5 to 7 years ago actually came out and said, "I'm not selling these cards anymore. God told me that these are demonic."
Even psychic readers have come out of it. It just shows you how bad it is. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I'm just gonna shut up.
After I got into cards, I wanted to learn how to develop my own psychic medium skills, so I would buy books about that. And this is all kind of alongside of self-help, getting into like the self-help kind of culture. That just teaches you off the bat, you know, you are your own best asset. You. It's all like essentially narcissistic therapy in all of these books.
What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys? The self-help, self-care, self-love. the Wiz Liz, Simone, whatever her name is, I don't care. They are all... Everyone is just making us all narcissistic. And people get offended when you say the truth. This world has gone backwards, and this world needs a big cleanse because most of us don't deserve God at this point. This world needs a huge purge. We need a huge cleanse. We need, as an entire world, we need a massive revelation intervention. I think a lot of people feel the same. We're kind of all sick of it. And also social media needs to make a huge adjustment to who can become famous and who shouldn't, right? Things are actually evil now. Things are pure evil now. It's crazy.
So I'm doing that alongside learning about psychic mediumship and learning about tarot cards and things like that. That spiraled into yoga practice and Reiki because I had also, after my grandma passed, decided I was going to take control of my health because I was very overweight at the time.
Okay, so, for those that don't know, the reason that she got into all of this stuff is because her grandmother had passed away. She was in a very vulnerable and depressive state, so she got into all of this out of lack of hope and faith, right? And this is how it gets you. This is how these type of things get you. They prey on the emotionally weak, the mentally weak, the vulnerable, unfortunately, the depressed, the hopeless. This is how they prey on you. But instead of giving you forever hope and forever love and forever faith, they're going to just kind of keep you wanting more because that's the difference between God and the devil. Amazing. Amazing story. I love that.
Everything is counterfeit gospel. Everything, all these practices in one way or another is a counterfeit gospel. And that is where I'm going to get into probably the weirdest part of my story, where I'm up maybe 2 or 3 a.m. one night Googling, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like I don't belong? Why do I feel like I'm almost like an alien on this planet? And so I find information, journals from people saying, well, actually, it turns out you are an alien. So yeah, I literally believed I was an alien. They're called star seeds. And the idea is that star seeds come from another dimension, another star system, another planet, another galaxy. Like, I was mentally ill, if you couldn't tell. So
it does have a lot of things to do with mental illness. Like, I knew someone that, I don't know them well, but I won't name any names, but I knew a person that I heard stories of, and he was an alcoholic, and he was mentally ill, but he didn't know it, right? He dabbled in like spirituality. He also knew about God. He was a smart boy, I heard. He was apparently very smart, a very nice boy as well. But you do hear stories about him being really unstable. Like, there were stories that he was bipolar. Like, one second he'd be the nicest guy in the world, and then the next second you hear him do the most bizarre things. Anyway, he was into conspiracy theories, like the crazy kinds, right? Like the earth is flat and things like that. I don't know if he believed them, but he was just really into it. And he also was really wrapped up in spirituality. He literally believed deeply that he was above everyone and that God had a special mission only for him, mixed along with the fact that he is also an alien. And he had these crazy, out of the world, wild ideas and ideologies. And thinking back now, I know why he didn't have any friends. Like, I think he did have a few friends, but it felt like they felt pity for him because he couldn't be left alone. This story reminds me so much of that story. When someone is so mentally ill and unstable, they would rather believe what they see on the internet when they feel like they don't belong. They would rather believe that they are from an alien egg, an alien seed, a star seed, than to believe that they need help and they need to get professional help. They need a massive intervention. They also need to be hit with the truth. But it's also people like that where you have to be very, very careful with giving them the truth because they might lash out. They might do some crazy things. And the guy that I knew, apparently when he was confronted, he like broke people's pinkies and stuff. Like, I'm not even making this up. Like the craziest guy, like insane, but I hope he doesn't see this video and come for me. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's bizarre, and there are people out there like that. There are people out there like that, and this is why I feel really, really annoyed and almost borderline hateful when people say,
let these people do what they want. It's not hurting anyone.
that is ignorance at its finest. So I'm just gonna leave this video here.
And shut you up with that one.
Okay, so this video is called Why They Left the Witchcraft and LGBT plus communities. And I'm using this for educational purposes. Let's go, let's get into it.
I'm Nayla Rose. I'm an ex-blood witch, and I was saved and redeemed by Jesus. I had a radical encounter with him face to face. He transformed me, and I am a born-again child of God. But essentially, I was obsessed with blood. I mean, I was doing witchcraft and magic and spells with blood daily. And that was my life. And because I was so obsessed with blood and the power of the blood, because there is power in the blood, I was using the power that God put in blood. Like God says that the power of the flesh, the life of the flesh is in the blood, right? So I utilized that power, like the devil hijacks the power of God all the time to try and pervert it, distort it. And I became powerful. I could manifest anything I wanted. I manifest my relationship with my ex. I manifest my house. I manifested the money I wanted, all using blood spells, like very basic, classic, traditional witchcraft. But I went really deep, and Jesus saved me from that and gave me a profoundly deep revelation of the blood of Jesus, because that is the true power. There is nothing more powerful than the blood of Christ. But you can do like low kind of crime. If you work with the devil in blood, you can still like make things happen. But of course you pay with your soul.
She said that so well. I love what she's doing. I love what this page does. I love what everyone in this video does. They're spreading more awareness amongst, the LGBT communities, things that you might not understand as deeply as you think. And witchcraft, manifestation, yoga, these types of things, on the surface and what your intentions are is very different to the actual history and the deeper meanings within these types of things.
I used to do lots of different things, but the main thing I would do is actually cover my whole body in my blood, anoint my house with my blood. I would feed my blood to my plants. I would like write out a spell and then cover the page in my blood, like writing in my blood, anointing papers with my blood. I would also dry my blood into discs and then burn it as a burnt offering at the altar that I had in my room, and I would make sacrifices to idols, to pagan deities, Hindu deities, and I would always get whatever I prayed for because there's power in the blood. I did love spells. I mean, it's an offering. It's a burnt offering and a blood offering. So it's like, yeah, I got into it just by being raised up in a culture of worshiping the creation and worshiping the self and wanting to ascend and become awakened through your own spiritual endeavors without Jesus.
That's why another thing with this whole manifestation culture, it makes you very selfish because you don't have a God to look up to. You don't have a God that you fear. You don't have anything that is above you other than this manifestation, this type of energy. It's all self-serving. It makes you very selfish and delusional. And that's why a lot of influencers right now are becoming self-obsessed and delusional. It's really, really dangerous. You should also look into the negative effects of having too much materialism and wearing too much jewelry. You should also look into the negative effects of doing your hair and makeup too much and the history behind it and what it's written in the Bible and the gospel. You should read and research so much about history and religion and also the witchcraft things, the manifestation, before you choose what you want to do and dabble in it. There are so many things to be done and to be researched that we don't know that formed society how it is now today. There is so much. If you're lost, it doesn't mean you're dumb. It doesn't mean you're behind in life. If you're lost, it just means you're not informed. You haven't done your research, okay? So instead of putting patches and doing all these crazy things and constantly reading self-development books and being anxious and angry at the world, instead of doing that, all you really need to do is literally read the Bible. It's a book. If you're not religious, just treat it like a book. There are so many things about history that you can discover that can give you a lot of knowledge on how the world came about. Therefore, you won't be so lost. Therefore, you will know where you are, who you are, how you came about. It's nice to know these things. It's really nice to also learn, and it's fun to learn. And you can never go wrong with the right kind of knowledge, okay? But this is what they are talking about that they used to experience are not the right type of knowledge. And I respect the heck out of them for being able to come out and speak the truth about it.
Let me just say, anyone who's mixed up in witchcraft, mixed up in things of the occult, whether it's tarot, yoga, Reiki, crystals, healing of any kind using sound, vibrations, ascension culture. I was big into goddess worship and the divine feminine movement and all these things that all come under the umbrella term of New Age. You are looking for the truth, and I know that because I was a truth seeker. That was why I was so driven to seek these occult mysteries. It's because I wanted the truth above every other truth. And that was my search spiritually my whole life. And what changed for me is when I cried out to the universe, which I worshipped as God at the time, and I said, show me the ultimate truth, the truth above every other truth, because I know there's a capital T truth. And I have all this lowercase t truth, like all these different mystery texts I read, and I had so much worldly wisdom. I read every book on religion, but I knew I didn't have the ultimate truth because I was still vacuous and empty inside. And if you found the truth, you wouldn't still have this huge burning question mark in your soul. Mm-hmm. So I knew that I hadn't found the truth. And so I cried out and asked, and if you're really actually hungry for truth and you're not prideful and you're not concerned with being right, but you're just concerned with receiving the truth, if you ask, Jesus Christ himself will reveal himself to you, because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And there is no one who can come to God or truth except through him. He's the only way to God. And so that was my revelation, because I got desperate enough to say, you know what, even if I don't like the truth, just give it to me.
I love that. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. I wish for more young women to really watch this. Like I said before, read the books, read the Bible, read the history. Just do it. If you're feeling lost, you need to read those types of things. And she has also said that. It's the truth. Read the truth. There's always, when you're doing manifestation and things like that, you're always needing something more and more and more and more. It's like drugs. It will never be enough. But God and knowledge will literally be all you will need in life to feel content. Just try it.
7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me.
Oh my God.
She can't rap.
That was absolutely shocking. It was not on beat. The rhythm was just off.
I could probably give her some rapping lessons. I can actually rap. So you better like and subscribe and comment if you want to see me do a rap video to prove to you guys that I can rap.
Yo, I never Drake all my life, man.
Listen to auric fields and subliminals. I love sapient medicine and I love portable integrity. For subliminals, I also like Rosa Morph. If you can't trust subliminals because you can't hear the affirmations, I also suggest using someone like High Frequency Guru, and I just lower the volume and true X speed it until it becomes a subliminal, and then I will play like sapient medicine or portable integrity over the top of it.
Okay, clearly none of this manifestation thing has helped her with her rap game. But like, do you guys know what I mean? Do you see how ignorant and unaware someone sounds when they are just flippantly giving advice like this, where it has to do with subliminal, subway, or whatever she said. Subliminals, auric field manifestation things, these things that she has not expanded on or did an entire episode or research on, to just flippantly give this type of advice to young women. If she knows the history and the origin of all of this and she still chose to promote it, that is literally evil. But if she doesn't know, then she's just ignorant and unaware. Either way, this is just bad advice. Okay, I'm not denying that some of her other stuff, it's generic, but it's good. It's still a positive message. It's like generic, it's like a pretty girl saying some generic things. This is pretty dangerous. This is really dangerous, especially now you guys are a little more informed about the history of manifestation. So yeah, this is just bonkers. This is absolutely whack. But she's not the most insane person online, okay? She's nowhere close to what I'm about to show you guys.
I'm gonna help you manifest a text from a specific person in the next 30 seconds. Close your eyes and envision them grabbing and reaching for their phone and typing your name.
I've literally, I've done so many reactional videos now. I've literally gotten to a point where when I hear stupidity, I don't want to listen to it anymore. I already know what they are going to say.
I want you to picture your profile picture coming up, and I want you to envision the exact message that they're going to be sending. And yes, this also works even if you're blocked.
How insane is that? I feel like people will do anything these days except acknowledge what they did wrong and believe in God. People would do anything these days to get out of responsibility, to even self-reflect and feel a little bit of pain and shame. People will do anything to avoid feeling their own emotions. Come on guys, I know my subs have their heads screwed on, okay? If you follow me, you have your head screwed on to a certain degree. I don't doubt that. But if you aren't following me and you're watching this and you dabble in things like this, do you not see how insane it sounds? Benji, be quiet, please. I think this girl is crazy. Again, if she's doing this on purpose for views and to make money, it's absolutely evil. But if she's equally ignorant and just insane, it's really bad. Not only is she kind of sabotaging herself, she's also sabotaging her audiences. Anyway, people are saying I claim it now. People are saying it didn't work. Someone said I claim, I hope it works, but I hope they aren't dead. People would rather think that someone's died and haven't texted them than look within and see what they've done wrong in between a relationship and in a dynamic. People would rather assume the other person is sick and dead than take some responsibility and be like, hey, maybe I wasn't as perfect and kind as I thought. Maybe I'm just a human being that made mistakes.
It's time to look in the mirror.
Someone is begging you to hear them out. I hear they're so worried about you moving on and getting married.
She sounds like Hannah Montana, but on weed. So yeah, she sounds like Miley Cyrus.
Guys, you don't need to know how to read tarot cards because I can't read tarot cards. All I do is I'm like, spirit, blah, 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 blah. And then I put it into ChatGPT and then every time it's spot on.
Nothing in that video made any sense.
So you know how men are always like, my girlfriend always says my stomach hurts and she feels sick. Women, when you're single, do you ever feel this way? Because I know personally, I'm always sick when I'm in a relationship or there's a man in my life, and when I'm alone, I feel perfect all of the time.
Yeah, that's because you are choosing the wrong man. That is not something that you should be proud of to post on social media, because people that can see through this are immediately going to point the finger at you. This is obviously because you are choosing the wrong man. This is, again, ignorant. This has nothing to do with witchcraft, but I just wanted to add that in there because it's just like, young ladies, this is our role models. These types of people are surfacing on TikTok, becoming popular on TikTok, having platforms to say whatever they wish that is not rooted in logic, in true knowledge, and in kindness, and in clarity. This is what we're looking up to. This is the types of people we are seeking our advice from, and we are wondering why we still don't have any more clarity. It's sad. It's really sad. And it frustrates me. I have to be honest. It frustrates me to see this.
Guys, I need to eat 12 grapes at midnight in 12 seconds. I'm not risking it this year. After what I've been through this year, I can't risk it.
I'm not risking it this year. Her Australian accent is really odd. Like, I wonder where she's from in Australia. It's like, I think it's very south. It's like very South Australia. Like, I don't hear many Asian girls with an accent that heavy. I have no idea. If anyone knows, let me know. But I also live in Australia. Maybe you guys should collab with her and do a rap battle. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something new from this video. It was definitely a really interesting episode. I hope that society's brains start healing and not rotting, and we need to learn our lessons. We can work as a team, you know, speak the truth, try your best, but at the same time, be careful. Don't go too hard try to help the crazies because they can lash out and you'll end up getting really hurt. Always protect yourself.
Stay safe in these streets.
I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Bye. What's up?